Let's see. Turn the sound down over here. I guess you want to do a little sound check. You don't have to do Marcus sound check. Say anything. Say something from Chicago.
No, I do a sound check.
Okay.
Sound check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
We got you. Sounding good tonight.
From WKRP in Cincinnati.
There you go. That's what I want to hear. Yeah, WKRP. Lonnie Anderson is going to be the guest host tonight. Is she even live? She's probably not live. So.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So, all right, folks, get ready here. Here we go. Let's count in, DeMarco. 3, 2, 1, and welcome into DroneNation for October 6th, 2025. The title of the show is the Mini 5, the best mini drone ever. We're going to find out tonight. Now, folks, I know, in the verbiage here, the title, it says Marcus Crawford makes his triumphant return from Spain to the show tonight, but Marcus is under the weather with a head cold, so his premiere will not be put off until next Monday at this point. So you just got me and DeMarco holding down tonight. Now we may get a special appearance by a big star later in the show. He's at a swim meet right now, but he may drop by later. You know who I'm talking about?
A Diddy party? You said he's at a Diddy party? What'd you say?
swim meet, swim party, a swim meet, not a swim party, a swim meet. So, but he may drop by later if he can get out of the meet, folks. So, but before we get started anything tonight, before we get to your football pick, I want to make a correction to last week's show. Now on the show, I said I thought that the Mini 4 Pro had ADSB, and that's that technology that shows you other planes flying around the area that some of the more modern drones have got. But Mike Wright fact-checked me. And unlike politicians, I don't mind getting fact-checked, right? We don't mind our fact checks here. We don't hold public office. And he found out that the DJI mini drones have never put DJI has never put this technology. This is ADSB into their mini drones. So I was wrong on that. So anybody that went off of me saying the Mini 4 had it, I was wrong. I misspoke. Only the Air series drones have had it. I think the Air 2S actually was the first DJI consumer drone that had the ADSB, and then the Mavic 3 got it next to whatever. But the Air drones since then, and the Mavic since the Mavic 3 have had it. So that's a correction.
How about the 5? Not Mini 5 doesn't have it either?
That's a big disappointment. That's one of our topics later on. The Mini 5 did not get it. So no DJI Mini drone has ever had this technology in so far. And and it's a chip. It's not something they can just do with a firmware update. It's a chip that has to be in there. So the 5 will never get it since it needs that chip. So, okay, on to the important stuff for tonight. DeMarco Board's fearless Monday night forecast. And before I start this week's show, DeMarco was 2-0 last week, picking the Dolphins and the Broncos. So kudos. Now we're up to, I think we got 3 right in a year now, right?
2 and 3.
Because Mike Wright picked
2 and 3.
The winning game when you were away that one night.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to set you up for the big game tonight here. We have the Kansas City Chiefs with a record of 2-2 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars with a record of 3-1. Can you believe the Jags have a better record than the Chiefs? But KC is giving up 3.5 points, even though we're on the road. So that's going to be a tough one to pick. Picking a road favorite or whatever.
Well, here, I normally, like when we start the show, I don't check the game out though because I don't want it to influence me though. I can hear the kids listen to the game in the background. I do not know the score, but I'm keeping my same choice, the Chiefs. They should win tonight. They should win tonight, but we will see. So, Chiefs for the win.
Chiefs for the win. Okay. And another big game's going on right now. the Dodgers are up on the Phillies 4-3 in the ninth inning. The Phillies are trying to come back here, and it looks like it's I can't even see. I'm trying to look at the outs here, but it's been an exciting game. And if the Dodgers win tonight, they'll take a 2-0 lead on the Phillies. I was going to wear my Phillies shirt tonight, but I forgot. So
one thing I have to say is my beloved Seminoles lost for the second week in a row. This time our second biggest rival, or maybe our biggest rival, the Miami Hurricanes. But the Hurricanes play great. They are a good team this year, so I'll give it to them. So, and
you guys got off to such a great start at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah. Like we beat Bama. Now we lost 2 in a row. So, what are you gonna do?
And in college football, two losses is usually means you're out, right? Yeah. Okay, folks. Enough of Sports Nation here. No more sports talk the rest of the night unless somebody updates the Chiefs game here. Okay, let's get on to some stories here. Now, this is probably a good story for you here. I know you're interested in stuff. Amazon drone crash. This is an article from Drone DJ. I didn't write this all. This is all Drone DJ. I'm just kind of reading stuff here. I'm going to speed read as fast as I can here. The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board have launched investigations after 2 Amazon Prime air drones crashed into a construction crane in Arizona this week. An accident that briefly grounded the company's ambitious drone delivery program before operations resumed on Friday. The collision happened Wednesday morning in Tulsa, a Phoenix suburb, when 2 Amazon MK-30 delivery drones struck an extended boom of a crane in a commercial site. The crash caused substantial damage and sparked a fire, but officials confirmed there were no injuries. Wreckage of the drones, each weighing more than 80 pounds, was later scattered across a nearby parking field. DeMarco, did you get to read anything about this story over the weekend?
I have not heard about that yet, though, but that is stunning. Wow. Yikes.
What did I say here? It hit an extended boom. I don't know what a boom is, of a crane at a commercial site. So obviously they weren't delivering the packages at a commercial site, but they must have been on their way to a residential area, took a shortcut through this commercial site, and must have not known this crane, because some of these cranes, are really tall, that somebody had put this crane there. So that tells me that the drone doesn't really have much optical avoidance. It was counting on nothing being there.
Yeah, the boom part of the crane would be like the actual crane so the chances of something hitting that are slim, and it still did it. It did it twice. Wow.
You 2 different drones. Can you imagine? Nobody's hurt. Maybe it doesn't say whether anybody was hurt or not. But can you imagine this 80-pound drone coming flying out of the sky?
80 pounds. I mean, what was it carrying? Oh,
well, I don't know if that was the takeoff weight of the drone, or that was with the bundle included. I don't know that.
Yeah. Yikes.
Now, of course, if you and I had been doing that or whatever, we'd have been in big trouble. But so far, it doesn't sound like Amazon's in any trouble.
Well, what would probably happen, though, is they'll tell them, change this, change that, though. They'll probably find them, probably. But, I mean, what's that to them?
Well, Amazon, whatever they find Amazon, it'd be you and me being fined with $2 or something, right?
Yeah. Well, you, Ron. I think about 50 cents. No, I'm hurting them. But no, I think they'll, I don't know. But like, they're not going to stop doing what they're doing. So.
But of course, this more bad news for drones in the news. But of course, somehow this always hurts the consumers more than it does the enterprise or people like Amazon. If drone bans do occur and stuff like that, it's going to be on consumers. It won't be a drone ban on Amazon.
No. Hey, and like the last couple of years here in Northwest Arkansas, Walmart's used a couple of different companies. The closest one to us, I can't remember the name of it though, but they actually They actually were at a store and they closed them down about 6 months ago, and now there's a new company going there.
Okay.
And I mean, so it's not from what I see, it's nowhere close to being something normal. Like now with
Right.
Walmart pickup delivery, it's a normal thing, though. But drone delivery, no, not a chance.
Right. So yeah, I mean, we've been saying this for years that the drone delivery being just like you said here, being like a commonplace thing is years away.
Yeah, years away.
Yeah. Alrighty, any discussion on that in the chat here? DD fellow said, I heard, oh, here, let me highlight it here. He said, I heard it was a regular Panther drone, but usually the crane is not there. Yeah. So that's what I was saying earlier, that they don't have, MEMS don't have much obstacle avoidance. It just, it just knows there's normally nothing high there, but it didn't take into account that it was a construction site and they put a crane up. So they need to improve this, huh?
Hey, let me, like here, I'm trying to think what the company, I think the company's name was like Up Drone or something. What they would do here is they would send a guy out in a truck to follow the drone for every delivery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, so I'm not sure what happened there though, but
yeah,
someone wasn't watching.
So, yeah, somebody must have been on break. So anyway, so the usual kind of delivery drone story here. Okay, here's a better story, DeMarco. The DJI Mavic 4 Pro gets a big firmware update. This is also the story that I copied most of Drone DJ, and I didn't put the links in the thing because the links come as these giant links anymore. And they take up all the space. I don't have to figure out how to get small links. But anyhow, you're gonna like this. DJI rolled out a new firmware package for the flagship Mavic 4 Pro, making the already powerhouse drone even more appealing for creators. The update, aircraft firmware v01.00.0300, along with new versions for both the RC controllers and the Fly app, introduces several features aimed squarely at pilots who value flexibility and cinematic control. Among the biggest changes is the ability to switch between the focal lengths during video recording, both in normal and slow motion modes. This means creators can seamlessly shift perspective mid-flight without stopping to adjust settings, a clear win for dynamic storytelling. The update also brings dynamic home point support compared with the DJI RC2 remote controller and the Pro controller, which allows drones to update its return to home location as the pilot moves, especially useful for long tracking shots of mobile filming steps. Okay, I went out and tested this, DeMarco, just the other day. I got the video ready to go. The video, it's coming out soon. So what they make you think is, right now, if you're flying, you have the Mavic 3. If you switch from the regular camera to the long distance camera, the video stops and you have to restart it again on the tele camera, right? But what it makes it sound like, that would seamlessly go from one to the other. Now this is on the Mavic 4. But what actually happens is when you're on the 1x camera and you switch to the 3x camera, whatever it's called, it automatically stops the video for you on the 1x camera and then restarts it for you again on the 3x camera. So you don't have to do any of that yourself, but it still stops the video. It's still not one continuous file. And if you go to the next lens, the long lens, like the 6x or whatever, again, it stops recording on the 3x and then restarts it again at 6x. So again, you don't have to worry about forgetting to hit the start button. You're going to get your video, but it's not going to be one continuous video. It's going to be 3 separate videos, all stopped and started automatically by the drone. Does that make sense? Yeah,
it does. It's not seamless, but better.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Okay, this is an improvement, but it's not what people hoped for, where it just kept recording and switched over. But here's the good news, DeMarco. I just put this video out today. I released it around lunchtime. Check it out in the channel. It's with the Mini 5 Pro. I never had these drones handy. The Mini 5 Pro, and you know how it has the 1x, and of course, and now it has a 2x mid-tele lens, which isn't really, it's still like a digital type of thing because it doesn't actually have a second lens, but it promises to be better than just a digital zoom. Anyhow, so I was out testing the other day. I switched from the 1x to the 2x, and guess what, DeMarco? Didn't stop the video, didn't restart the video. It just kept rolling and doubled the focal length.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. But of course, that's not a real extra lens or camera. That's just a a software trick, really. But
Yeah.
but it did do what everybody wanted to do. It did continue filming. It did break the video up when you switch from one focal length to the other. So
I'm
and,
looking at
and
the
I've still got to fully test the quality of that mid-tele. It does look good. We got a comment in there, DeMarco?
Yeah. Someone said something about the song. Excuse me, the what is it? Audio being messed up when it switches. I can't find it now.
Oh,
dang.
You remember who said it?
No. I just glanced up there and I saw it though. Sorry, guys.
I'm trying to look. Oh, here you go. I got it. DD fellas. Stopping and starting is why the audio gets out of whack. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think here. I mean, unless I'm doing a screen recording, there is no audio, right? The drone's not recording any audio only if you did a screen recording. And when I tested it, DD, I wasn't doing a screen recording, so I haven't run into that yet. And I don't. Some people do screen recording every single video here. I only do the screen recording when I'm trying to show something. But I haven't pieced that video together. I did, but I was doing a screen recording when I tested it. So we'll see if my audio gets out of whack, just as you explained here. In your comment here, I'll be interested to see how it gets out of whack. And Brad Arrows is saying, how could it be seamless using three different cameras? That's a good point, Gary. But guess what? People still expect it to be seamless.
Yeah.
Whether it's realistic or not, everybody wants that seamless push. They've been wanting it for years. So what do they used to say? Give the people what they want. Yeah, but I don't know how it'd be possible either. But anyhow, it was a nice attempt, and it's still an improvement. So I will have that video coming soon, and of course that dynamic home point, which is also in the Mini 4 Pro, where you have to go in the settings to turn it on. It's not on by default, but you're going to switch it to dynamic home point. Then the drone will land wherever the controller is at that point. So for most of us, I usually don't move 2 feet from where I take off from. But all these people that are on boats and motorcycles and all this stuff or whatever, they do move their location. So it's a handy feature for those folks. Yeah. DeMarco, do you often move around when you're flying a drone? Okay.
No,
you're like me. You're almost like a rock to your takeoff location.
I'm always like to, I never move, hardly ever.
Yeah. Richard saying the Mini 5 Pro not limited to 5-minute segments. I don't know. I don't know what he's referring to. That is, maybe I missed a comment that is 5-minute segments. If he's talking about the Mavic 4 Pro, I'm not aware of any limit in the segments on that, but I don't know for sure. So. All right, and here's another. I haven't figured this one out, DeMarco. So another major upgrade. This is for the Mavic 4 Pro again. It's for vertical shooters, which I'm not a big vertical guy. Firmware adds lossless and crop vertical video recording options in portrait mode. That means that the TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts creators can now capture cleaner, platform-ready content without compression of reframing footage later. DJI also has thrown in the usual fix some known issues in this update. Now, I tested this out too, but I never really messed around with the vertical in the drone previously, so I didn't notice any difference. And I don't know really what that means with that description, that ability to switch There's losses in crop vertical video. I'm not really getting all that. It looked the same to me as far as the screen and settings as it did before. But again, I'm not very, I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to vertical.
Yeah, same thing here. Like I never used it. I don't think I've used it once or though, because I never post to social media with my drone videos. So.
Ray Kelly's saying send him a link and he'll join us.
Come on, Captain Ray.
I got though I have to he needs to get it by email. He needs to get it by email though, so he does his a little bit different. How do you grab a link there? Okay, I see during the show. There you go. Copy this link, and then let me go to my emails. And let me, Kelly, folks, excuse me here. While I can't multitask, I'm not going to be able to do the agenda until I get
to his Facebook though. So
okay, see if that works. I'm going to send you that. He has problems if it doesn't come in an email though. So
does Ray have the Mavic 4?
I don't believe so, but we're going to find out shortly if he can make it. Okay.
About the Mini 5.
These are all good questions, and we're going to find this out if we can get him in here. Now, Ray, I sent the. I'm going to look at the screen. Ray, I sent you the link. I sent as a plain text link to your email address, so that's the way he usually likes it. But anyhow, let's get on to the next story here, DeMarco. Part 108. We've been talking about Part 108 for a few months. It's a new kind of rules, regulations coming up. It's not official yet. In fact, the comment period ends this week. I believe it's on the 6th, which is, I think, today. You can get your comments in what you think about Part 108. And what we look forward to in Part 108, it talked about flying beyond visual line of sight, which is a big deal for many pilots. They like to fly beyond visual line of sight. So some people are excited about this. But I know Greg from Pilot Institute and some others have really gone through the details of the proposed Part 108 rules and regs. And what many have found is Part 108 has a country of origin wording in it that would not allow Chinese drones to qualify for this. So the majority of the people watch our shows in our communities, they mostly fly DJI drones, or if not, it's Autel or FEMI or some other Chinese drone. So this is going to help anybody I know who flies non-Chinese drones. I guess Skydio 2. I guess it's Skydio 2. The problem is the Skydio 2, it can't fly beyond visual line of sight because it didn't have that good a range.
Yeah, but I mean, who's flying that anymore?
Here we go. Hello, Captain Ray.
Hey, how you doing, Ron, DeMarco?
How are you tonight? Thanks for popping in. We had a sick man down, and we tried to get Johnny off the bench, but he had to go to I said he had to go to the swim party. He had to go to the swim meet. So thanks for popping in on us, Ray.
Well, thanks. Thanks for.
I'm going to throw a question right at you, Ray.
I'm not dressed appropriately.
Buccaneers and Mets.
And Mets, yeah.
Well, the Bucks won this weekend, right?
Yeah, they did.
But the Mets are out of the playoffs, right?
They're out, man. They had a good run this season, but they're out now. Yeah. And then now it's up to the Yankees. One more game tomorrow night. It's do or die,
Yeah. And they've been dying a lot to Toronto. Their scores haven't been close.
I know.
Well, the Phillies are in the same boat, Ray. The Phillies are down 2-0 to the Dodgers, so they're on their last leg too.
Yeah, I'm a Dodger fan, believe it or not. I like it.
You don't remember the Brooklyn Dodgers, do you?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Hey, Ray, DeMaroc had a couple questions before you got in the chat. I said I did not know. He asked about drones you have. I'm going to say them both at the same time. Do you have either the Mavic 4 Pro drone or do you have the new Mini 5 Pro yet?
No, Now this is my favorite right here. Now the Mavic Pro.
That's your Pro. That's your Mavic 3 Pro. Yep.
Yeah. But and I got the Mini 3. But
have you thought about the new Mini 5 Pro that everybody has?
Well, I did think about it, but somebody squashed it in my household.
Yeah.
And it's probably just as well because I didn't need it really.
Right. Hey, I want to go back to the last topic and let you give your opinions on this. We talked about the Part 108, the proposed Part 108 thing has come up. I think today's the last day to leave your comments on it. And Part 108 was that thing that promised maybe the ability to fly beyond visual line of sight, right? And that got a lot of people in the community excited. Everybody wants to fly beyond line of sight. But Greg over Pilot Institute and some other people too have gone through the wording for that. And what they found is it seems that Part 108 has country of origin wording in it, which kind of means that, it won't be allowable for Chinese-made drones. And that leaves a lot of us hobbyists kind of out, left out in the cold because a lot of us fly DJI drones, and even the ones that don't fly all tell or something, and they're all Chinese drones. So that's not really helping a lot of us with that country of origin wording in there, Ray.
No, I know, but I was flying with Jeff Norman this morning, and I won't mention who flew out of line of sight.
Okay. Yeah, we had
a good time flying, and I would bet many drone pilots in this chat, including you guys, may have done it once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing that I'm worried too in the proposal that this rule isn't meant for the best way to say is it seems like it's only for autonomous drones only will qualify. So that means us people flying our drones manually won't qualify. It's basically aimed at drones that fly themselves.
Yeah, I would think it's targeted towards the delivery drones. Obviously, first responding drones or law enforcement drones. Military drones, of course, but they're in a whole category to themselves. It's not really for us recreational drone pilots.
And of course, we missed the story earlier. We had a story about two autonomous flying Amazon Prime Air drones crashed into a crane in Phoenix.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
So they're doing so much for the autonomous drones, but they're not doing so good. DeMarco, did you get what's your thoughts on this Part 108 not being Chinese for drones and only being for autonomous drones?
Ray had said earlier. It's not for us anyway.
We hoped it would have first.
It seems like to me yeah, but it seems like to me like nothing new, nothing that's coming out is good for us. it's all negative. They are squeezing us every which way. So
I had a very interesting thing happen yesterday. I was flying. Well, I was at a car show. Actually, it was the biggest car show I've ever attended here on Long Island.
Wow.
And my friend Mike, who I recently got involved with drones, he bought the Mini 4K. He invited me to go with him, and he took me in his '62 Corvette. And I know Marcus really enjoy this, because this is a real cool car, and he's selling it. He was trying to sell it at the show. But the point I'm getting at now, I'm telling a short story long, is I flew my drone early before a lot of people got there, and I went over to the edge and I flew around the edge and got my shots in some of the cars and, had a nice little flight, went out over the water too, because it was right on the water. And my friend Mike, his son is a paramedic in the Nassau County Police helicopter. So they were in Long Beach, and when my friend called him, he says, "I'm at the car show," which is only 20 miles away. He said, Dad, I'm going to get him to fly over the car show. So sure enough, 20 minutes later, that the police helicopter comes by, and I'm filming it, getting some shots of it, and then a rogue drone pilot went up. Right,
Oh, no.
the police helicopter was probably 400 to 500 feet above us.
Wow.
Doing an orbit. And this drone pilot was zipping around, and I was so aggravated because drone pilots like that give us a bad name. But I didn't mean to disrupt the story, but I wanted to tell that story.
No.
Before I forget.
What was he flying, Captain Ray?
I couldn't tell, and I tried to figure out who it was, but he was actually flying at the very end of this big, large parking lot, and I had no idea who he was, so I don't know. But it looked like a Mavic 3 type of drone, or an Air 3S maybe.
Thanks for sharing that. Dre's in the chat tonight, and Dre's letting us know that using Part 108 was never meant for hobbyists, and he said Tommy flights are more precise flights or whatever, easy to board in one application. They are more precise flights unless they hit the the crane, the boom on the crane.
Oof.
So I know somebody else who's in the chat. I think he's still in the chat, but he hit a crane also when we were flying at a mini meetup.
Get out of here! Wow.
And then, if I remember right, it was an FPV drone, DJI FPV drone.
Okay.
Joe?
Okay.
Joe,
I won't mention any names, but is Bill Ronayne still in the chat?
Oh, Bill.
Was the drone okay, Ray?
Nah, I went right into the intercoastal waterway.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Grace is extreme mood. So
yeah,
that was a recap of our story. What was it? It was a story. We had a story on the Mavic 4 Pro. Got a kind of firm update, but you don't have the 4 Pro, so yeah. Okay, let's move on to the big topic of the night. The Mini 5 Pro may be the greatest mini drone ever, but there are concerns with it. Of course, it came out about 2 weeks ago now. Well, it was announced, and a lot of people ordered it in the U.S. A lot of people in our community ordered it through through eBay. Johnny's one of the first one that got a hold of the Mini 5. Got it from a South Korean seller, but last week a whole bunch of people got it. However, Marcus just got his today. And he was going to bring it to the show tonight, but again, he's low under the weather, so he should have it next week. Probably have it, registered everything by then. But yeah, I mean, it has the 1-inch sensor. It's got the battery life. It's got the OcuSync 4 Plus. It's got all LiDAR sensors on it for low light sensing. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles. Supposedly the same camera as the Air 3S, so a first-rate camera. But again, there are a few concerns about it. And first is the weight. Everybody's been getting their little kitchen scales out, weighing the thing in. And we all assumed there would be another 249 gram and under drone so you could fly in the U.S. without registering it and without activating remote ID on it. But I haven't seen anybody weigh any less than 252. I weighed mine the other day when I got it. I spun it all around the little. I had just one of those little Amazon kitchen scales. I spun it around. I could get 253 was the lowest I could get it. And I took the memory card out, and also I didn't put the sticker on it. So it was with nothing, the minimum way you could fly. And most people report. I don't know one person in the U.S. that has Brad Henderson saying, 253. Well, he said it's under. It's under. Yeah, and it's a whole debate whether how much, what are you going, variance you can get. I know the official word from the FAA was, Canada and Europe are more forgiving. They said it's okay to fly it as a mini drone there, but the FAA said, hey, over 250 is over 250. There's no, thing, but I mean, there is this variance here that again, I don't want to discuss. I don't know the legalities of it. I don't know what would happen if you never get caught by the FAA unless you crash or something or have an accident or problem. I don't know what would happen at that point, whether they would get the scales out or not or whatever. But we discussed it. There's no trucks driving around with scales and looking for you. But but the thing is, where do we draw the line? You know, is this one's over 250? Well, how heavy will the Mini 6 be? Will that be 260 grams? I mean, what there's like Ray, you've been involved for is where you like in speeding, like nobody gets a traffic ticket for going 56 and a 55, but at some point you got to draw a line, right, Ray?
Yeah, you do. You do. I mean, the rules are there for a reason, and DJI should know better. To be honest with you, that drone should definitely be under the weight limit. So I don't know.
But of course the DJI.
Big deal. Go register it. Go register it for $5 for 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It doesn't bother me because I plan on registering it and I want to broadcast remote ID, so it doesn't matter to me. But and Bill Gray says only those who fly recreation care about the weight or whatever, and that's a good point. But the thing is, I did a little poll and it looks like most people do register drone, even if they're hobbyist pilots. But I mean, there are people that do not want to register drone and they do not want to broadcast remote ID. So, well, maybe get back to DJI did not state that it was under 249 grams in a box. So legally, they're kind of okay. They didn't write in the box they were under 249 grams, but they also didn't put it out there that they're still calling it a mini drone, even though it's not your father's mini drone. Your father's mini drone was 249 grams under, and this isn't. So
hey, those cheaper too, a lot cheaper mini drones back in the day too. So now they're $1,000 and up. It used to be 300.
Right. I believe the very first Mini one, I believe it was like what wasn't it? A little over $400.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
that was
I mean,
so long.
The ones like the Mini 4K, the lesser ones were like the $300 drones, but still, when that came out of 429, I'm making a price up 400 and change. That was still a huge price drop from the Mavics that were costing $1,000 and the Airs that were costing $800. It was even a couple $100 cheaper than Sparks. That was the cheapest DJI drone ever at that point. But it was still like a DJI drone that still had reliable, FPV. It flew well. So you kind of got the benefits of DJI. You didn't have to pay $1,000. So that was a boom. But DeMarco, to your point, is that's not the current mini drone. The mini drone has gone. It's like a car that used to be like a little budget car, but now has, now the price, now they put more features on it, and the price is almost up to the mid-size cars now.
Yeah,
it's really not that much cheaper than the Air 3S.
No, in fact, I was thinking about it when you were talking. I had the original Mavic Air, and I paid $749 for that one.
Right.
And like when that Mini came out, it was half that. It was half of that price.
Ooh, half of that. Yeah. I'm going to say,
and I still like that.
You had the Mini one.
I love the original Mini.
Yeah, you got it. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw you fly, you were at Sawgrass Park.
Yes, right. I had that drone with me. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you had the Sky DL, if I remember right.
I had it, but I mean, not even just with you. I remember just on a video I saw you were flying the Mini one to Sawgrass Park.
Yes. I almost lost it. Again, those, I wasn't used to spotting a mini drone in the air because they're hard to spot if they get out there.
Yeah.
And the Mini one.
And I started panicking, but I said, calm down. What did I tell you to do? And I'm trying to run through the checklist in my head. Hit return to home. And it came back, Ron, and that small walkway there with the railing.
Yeah.
And if it would have went into the water if I didn't cancel that return to home and bring it in manually. But yeah.
Right.
But that's a great place to fly. Sawgrass.
Yeah. But yeah.
Sawmill.
Sawmill. I'd say Sawgrass because of the golf course.
Yes.
But the Mini 2 was the drone everybody bought. The Mini 2 was a big improvement of the Mini 1, and almost everybody had that Mini 2 because the Mini 2 flew better in the wind. It had better camera. It was probably the most popular drone ever, at one point. So, okay. Another thing besides the 249 grams is a lot of people want to know if it broadcasts remote ID in the U.S. I'm talking about the Mini 5 Pro. And Lou's up here. Ray called Lou and I the day we were doing this test over by Lucy. And Lou had the Mini 5 Pro that day, and he had an Android phone that had the drone scanner app on it. And for people unfamiliar, the drone scanner is an app that shows remote ID drones moving around the sky. And so we did a test. We did a test that day. We did a test off camera, and then we went on camera. I think Lou even tested at home. And as soon as he took the Mini 5 Pro off, it came right up in the drone scanner app. We could see it, and even after we stopped the video, I flew it for a few minutes, and if it followed, it went all. I could see every place I went with it, and still see where the controller was too. So it was tracking it perfectly. And now but Lou had the later battery in that day, and it did that. So, but the thing is, though, a lot of other people have done the test since then. Richard's in the chat today. Richard tested it with the light battery, and he did not broadcast remote ID. So it doesn't seem like people get the same results doing the same testing kind of across the country. And we don't know what it could be. Could it be firmware is different? Could it be some people got the drone from South Korea, some got it from Japan, some got it from China. I don't know what the difference is that causes some people that broadcast remote ID with a light battery and some people not to broadcast with a light battery. So we're still trying to get that all sorted out.
Yeah. That app works pretty good though, huh, Ron?
Oh yeah. I mean, I had seen it before, but I hadn't seen it in a while because I don't have any Android devices. So I don't have any Android phones or tablets, but I mean, it really, it does, you know exactly where the drone is, you know exactly where the controller is too, whatever. So it does what it's supposed to do. That's for sure.
That's good.
Yeah. So, DeMarco, any thoughts on this whole remote? Whether the having a remote ID or not? Because to a hobbyist, a lot of hobbyists that don't want to register, they don't want to broadcast remote ID. So that's important to people like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, not really though. I'm one of those persons that, hey, broadcasting not though, I don't care though, because I'm not going that far anyway. The days of me going my range test that I teach people about are over, so I'm not going far. So yeah, no more range test for me.
Yeah. The people, I don't have the plus battery. People report with the plus battery broadcast from ID, which that was that Mini 4 that's how the Mini 4 Pro worked. If you put the light battery, it did not broadcast from ID, but if you put the plus battery, it did broadcast remote ID. But also people reported once you put the plus battery in and it broadcast remote ID, there was no going back. If you put the later battery in, it was still broadcast from ID. But again, I've heard reports with this one that you can switch back and forth. You can put the plus in broadcast and then take the plus out and put the light back in and not broadcast. So, I mean, test results have kind of been all over the place. And I don't think DJI advertises on the box that it has remote ID. So, Ray, you got something for us?
No, I was just waving the Ricardo. That's all.
Okay.
Giving them the peace signal,
Yeah.
Ron, I thought you said that you don't have a plus battery. You said?
Well, I do not have I do not have the new plus batteries. I have an old plus battery around.
Okay.
For the Mini 4 Pro, but I don't have a new plus battery for the Mini 5. Even though the batteries should be compatible, but they don't have all you lose features.
That's a big benefit that the batteries are interchangeable, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard a lot of people doing it yet, but and DJI does warn that some features aren't compatible. So I don't know what they are, and I believe the new batteries are lighter, at least the light battery. So I believe if you put the light battery from the old drone in the new battery, it's going to put it overweight, which is already overweight anyways. So I don't know, what that really means. if the drone's overweight already, what's the difference if the battery puts even more overweight? I mean, I'm back to my speed limit thing again. You know, you can do 56 and 55 and not get caught, but how much higher can you go? You know, how high do you take it? You know, before you're kind of too over. You know, it's just a weird situation. You know, and a lot of people don't care. They said, "Well, I don't care if I'm 3 or 4 grams over." And
Old has a pretty good comment there about he lost connection. Yeah.
I'm gonna find it. Let me go down here.
Did a range test and he lost connection.
This one here. Oh yeah. I only did range tests with the early drones that lost signal early in the flight. With the early, what's he mean by early drones? Like the Phantom 4 or something? What's an early drone? Oh, here we go. He said it. The original Air. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you had the original Air, DeMarco. Did you get good rings?
I did. That one was, you know, that was a Wi-Fi drone though, so like I could probably go 7,000 feet on that one though. Then it would come.
Oh, I forgot that was Wi-Fi. As was the original Mini, right? The Mini 1 was Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spark.
I never had the Spark.
And, Gary says,
loud,
who's going to stop
that thing was loud. Hey, but listen, that first Air was loud, but it had, I mean, it was really solid. You know, a solid drone, solid design. But materials was great though, but it was just loud.
Remember, a lot of people loved the design of the original Air and hated when they redesigned it. Yeah. Bill Thomas saying the Air was loud, like a man hornet.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people call it the platypus.
Yeah. Yeah. How much are they going on eBay now?
That's a good question.
I'll tell you one thing. My memory is going, really. The Air, that was before the Air 2S? No, I'm thinking the Air 2. Yep. No, I'm sorry. The Air 2.
It was the Air 1, and there was a gap of a couple of years. Then the Air 2 came, and then immediately the next year the Air 2S came.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the whole remote ID thing's still up in the air. And some folks are reporting signal issues with this. You know, some of them may be in Europe or whatever, they have less range, but I've seen all over the place where people say they lose signal quick with the Mini 5 Pro. Now, I flew it all weekend, and I didn't see any signal issues, but I have heard that, you know, among users. I don't think Johnny's had any signal issues, but again, it is out there. And another thing, $400. Yeah, one battery.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think so. Probably refurbished too from the DJI store.
Okay.
And it's only 400.
Yeah. No, wow. This is a Fly More combo for 427.
That's a real good deal.
Wow.
Yeah. One thing about it though.
You'll still be able to, buy it when the drones get banned. Okay, another thing people talk about with the Mini 5 Pro is how good is that 2x mid-tele camera on it? You know, Ray, you're a big fan of zooming. Ray and I, when we zoom in a lot, digital zoom, but a lot of people say, well, we're cropping it on the sensor, right, Ray? How many times we've been told we're cropping it on the sensor?
When you really zoom in, you lose, obviously, clarity. But if you do that big range zoom, I do it a lot, and I think it works very, very well. I do. So,
well, supposedly, Ray, with this Mini 5 Pro, this mid-tele, it doesn't actually have a second lens like, say, the Air 3S, but they say this mid-tele, if you use this mid-tele, you don't lose that much clarity. You know,
that's great.
It does a lot better than regular digital zoom. It's almost as good as optical. Now, I've tested it out. I haven't looked at it on my 65-inch big screen TV yet, but it looks pretty good on the computer. with the mid-tele. It bears a lot of testing, but I like the idea of having a better digital zoom than what we've had in the past, right?
I know one thing. Everybody who has the Mini 5 Pro, they love it. I haven't heard any complaints really. Well, Mark Fisher, I guess, is still up in the air about.
Yeah. He said he guesses it's okay. Yeah,
I think he does like it though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bill's right. The Neo 2 could be Neo 2 would be the last to get. Yeah, probably right. A battery life is far below the state numbers. I know I was talking to Grill Man. Grill Man's got a video out already, and he was saying that with I think the standard battery promises 36 minutes of flight time, and he said he's never seen better than 25. And the Plus battery promises like 52, 53 minutes, and he said the best he sees is 35. Now, this is quite common. All drones, you never get the battery like the stated on the side of the box. And I think he's about right. I think he's about right. I think I've been getting about 25 minutes on my batteries with the. I only had the regular battery with the Mini 5, so But that's so that's some people complain about it. Other people are happy with the battery life.
DroneNation loves his Mini 5 Pro.
Let's see here. Where's his comment here? Now DroneNation saying the 3x zoom is good on the Mini 5 Pro, pretty good.
Yeah.
He loves his Mini 5. Now Richard's saying here that Mini 5 Pro flies 4 miles with 5 weight signal bars. Yeah, I have good eyesight, so he's not flying beyond line of sight, Ray. He just has that eagle eye. Remember the old eagle eye?
Yeah, I know. You see it. You just see it way out there. You can see it.
I still see it. Yeah, I can still see it. Yeah. What's old Fart got? Old Fart has a normal phone video cameras. I was taught to zoom in first and then hit the record button. Good tip.
Ron,
I got to make a confession now. Talking about distances. So I'm flying with Jeff Norman this morning, and he spots something. So he makes me make a U-turn and go back to this area. And we pull in the area, and it's right on the water. And he says, "Do you see that?" I said, "Well, what do you want me to see?" He says, "The other side of the water." I said, "Well, yeah, that's the other side of the bay." He says, No, there's fog over there. There's fog." And I have to say, I know it was well over a mile. And he says, "Let's fly it." So we send the drones up, and I'm going, and I get to 4,000 feet, and I'm saying, "I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. I'm nowhere near that fog yet." I think I'm going to use the zoom. And he hates it when you call it a zoom.
Oh yeah. He's not a crop and sensor guy, is he?
Well, he sent up his Mavic 4 Pro, and he's zipped over there, and I tell you, I know he got better shots than I got.
Oh, yeah.
And I won't tell you the distance he went, but it was a lot further than my 4,200 feet.
Yeah, he maybe had that Part 108. So, okay. So battery life, is what it is. And another question people have about the Mini 5 Pros: will it work with the new DJI RC2 Pro controller that came out alongside the Mavic 4 Pro? And I've tested it. The video I put out today, I tested whether it would work with the Mini 5, and it works beautifully with the Mini 5. And the nice thing about that is that controller, you can flip the screen up to go vertical, and the drone automatically turns the camera vertical when you flip the screen into vertical mode. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool for the TikTok crew out there.
Yeah.
So that drone, the Mini 5 Pro will work with the DJI RC Pro 2 controller. It will work with the RC2 controller, and it will work with the DJI RC N3 controller. So that's 3 controllers that it works with. The 3 most recent controllers, I guess, that were released. So, and in this video too, Ray, I think I was telling DeMarco earlier, I proved that you could switch from the 1x camera to the 2x camera in the Mini 5 Pro, that mid tele, without stopping the video. It just switches seamlessly and keeps going. It doesn't cut the video.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another big thing people want. A lot of people don't like when it cuts your video because they forget to restart.
Yeah. Right. I know.
Yeah.
Everybody's done that mistake. I know that. I've done it.
Yeah. Everybody's got home and they thought they had all this footage and they don't have it. Another issue is, does the Mini 5 Pro have ADS-B? We talked about that a little bit earlier. That's the technology that lets the drone detect other aircraft, manned aircraft in areas that are broadcasting this signal out. And at first was released on the consumer-wise, it was released on the DJI Air 2S. I think that was 2021. And it also was on the Mavic series of drones too. All the Mavics and the Air 3 and Air 3S have it. But apparently, and I put a correction earlier, no DJI Mini drones had this feature yet, including the Mini 5. So a lot of people were disappointed that did not have that technology to let you know when aircrafts were approaching. Ray, I know you have, both Ray and DeMarco have Mavic 3 series drones at least. So you guys are used to that warning coming on about aircrafts, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's annoying.
Yeah.
But it's a good safety feature. It is.
Yeah. Ray, I'm not sure about you though, but I don't normally fly past 200 feet. So altitude wise. Yeah. No, altitude wise those. I look at the warning though, but I'm not lowering it or anything because they're way higher than I am. So
yes, right. I know. Yeah.
I know.
Half that low, there's major problems. Yeah.
Half the time I see the warning, I'm flying around Lucy or some high-rise building. I'm lower than the building is. So if that drone's coming lower than the buildings, it's got a lot more to worry about than my little drone up there.
Yeah, you got some other problems.
So, but I mean, I do understand why people would like to see it in the mini series. But here's why I was saying this earlier, Ray. It's not just a firmware update. There's actually a chip that they have to put in there to detect this. So it's hardware and software. So they can't just add it by firmware. So it won't be in this generation, the Mini 5. If it does get to a mini drone, it'll be the next thing. But I don't know why they didn't put the chip in since the drone's overweight anyways. Why not? If you're gonna put the drone overweight, you might as well not worry about not putting things in or whatever, right?
Cost too, maybe cost.
And we didn't even talk about the controversy. Somebody tore the Mini 5 apart, and there's a speaker inside, and the speaker weighs 2 grams. So if you took the speaker out, you could be closer to the 249.
Oh, yeah.
It does the startup chime.
Yeah.
Like, could they have the startup chime electronically come through the controller or something?
Yeah. To save weight anyway.
Yeah. So I got an update here. It's looks like it's going to be 14-14 Chiefs Jags.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Ray, guess DroneNation officially picked the Chiefs tonight to win this game.
I know. I saw that, and I sort of went against them.
And we're coming up with big. We were 2-0 last week. We successfully picked the Dolphins and the Broncos.
Yeah.
So, and Mike Wright had picked the previous. Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of a lot of the concerns about the Mini 5. I mean, there's so much good about the Mini 5. Like Ray said, everybody out there in the community is very happy with their Mini 5 Pros for the most part. But again, there are some, because these aren't concerns to everybody, because some people, again, they're going to register a drone, they're going to broadcast my ID, they don't care about the weight or whatever, and so these aren't concerns for everybody, but there are people who are concerned. Now, number 6 on the list here was Marcus, who's going to give us a recap of his experience at the Spanish Drone Seekers meetup this last week or whatever. But of course, Marcus under weather. That recap will have to be on next Monday's show. Hopefully his memory doesn't fade. But Ray, from what I saw, they had a pretty successful meetup over there. Now, Marcus was the only American, but I think he said there were 2 Canadians went.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. They looked like they were having a great time. All the photos that I saw,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I mean, it's got to be great flying over in Spain. That's for sure.
DroneOki says the Mini 5 Pro has only if you're flying the Air 3S at the same time. Yeah. You fly by side by side, you're good. What's Bill Grace say here? Bill says it only works with planes broadcasting was not mandatory. Bill is correct. Yeah.
Good point. Good point, Bill.
But down when I fly to Jersey Shore, Ray, more planes have it than don't have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see it more than I don't see it. So, even
It's
some
the same-
helicopters. Even some helicopters broadcast it, right?
Yep. Same thing here on Long Island. Yeah.
And you get a lot of air traffic down there too, don't you? Like I do.
Yeah, there's sort of, the sightseeing planes and things like that that run along the coast. And
You probably got some little airports up there in Long Island, right?
yeah, there's a couple of airports, that are close,
Yeah. Now, DeMarco, do you see a lot of air traffic in your area? Is there any little airports close to you?
Oh yeah. There are 3 airports in our area though. So I constantly send you guys videos of the military planes going over, and they look to be right at 400 feet. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean I've got
the motor, not to change the subject, but did you get to that air and space thing? Oh no, you didn't get there.
no. I didn't get a chance to go on. How'd it go with your son?
The space capsule was a total success. Yeah, it was. Yep. It's on its way back to Long Beach.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Lou's pointed out the military planes don't broadcast the remote ID.
Yeah, well, they luckily when they've come over, I haven't been flying though. But like when they come over, they normally the helicopters fly in 3s, and they'll just come right over a house, and like you actually hear them coming on, and I run outside though, and I've got video, and they're right on top of us. Oh, scary.
Yeah.
Luckily though, I've never been flying.
Yeah. Lou and I both live Lou lives 1 hour north of me in Brigantine, and Atlantic City is a like a consumer airport, but it also has a military base there too. So we get a lot of military planes flying out of that Atlantic City base. Both of us. They used to have a big air show in Atlantic City every year, but they don't have it anymore. They have smaller ones kind of down the island a little bit. So we're used to a lot of traffic. But here's a little video I want to show. This is a promotional video by DJI themselves here. See if I can make it any bigger here. This is just a short one, just a minute or so. This is a dialogue with nature cinematic journey across the Inner Mongolia with the Mini 5 Pro here. So I'm going to turn the music down because that's what usually gets you in trouble here. So we're going to take a look at this here. There's that. The Mini can do that kind of the 180 loop, kind of like the Mavic 4 can. You can see it's very compact there, easy to set up. Once you pull that back arm out, it turns on automatically for you.
That's what Jeff was telling me today. Yeah.
He's using the RC2 there, and with a control like that, you could take off just by using the C1 button on the bottom. You don't have to hold the thing down like he used to. He pulled the sticks in there and did it old school. So there's some dramatic. He's doing a loop there, and you could do that just with a quick shot too. You don't even have to do it manually.
Wow, cool.
And you can do it in reverse. I did it in reverse just today.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Ron, you're totally happy with yours, the Mini 5 Pro?
Yeah. I only got it in on Thursday. I didn't even get to mess with it until like Friday. So I've only had a couple of days with it. But so far, so good. I mean, it's a nice upgrade now. If you have the Mini 4 Pro, it's not a huge upgrade. I call it more of an incremental upgrade. But if you've never had a mini drone before, you have an older mini drone, it's a big step up or whatever. It really is. The cameras, basically same cameras in the more expensive Air 3S. And I flew today in some pretty gusty winds down at the beach, and I never saw one wind warning on it. So I think it's an improvement in wind performance from the previous Mini 4, Mini 3, Mini 2 series, which were decent also.
That's good. Hey, Tom. How you doing, Tom?
Oh, Tom's in here. Here you go. Tom's saying the AirSense ADSB is actually reserved for drones above 250 grams. All right, Tom. Thanks. Well, Tom, the Mini 5 Pro is above 250 grams. Most people get it at 252 or 253. They might as well just put the chip in. The Mini 5 Pro surges on startup, so the props lock. Yeah, the props are like no props you've ever seen before. They had this little locking mechanism on them. I wish I had I should have brought for show and tell. And even when you put away, you kind of have to unlock them or whatever. Lou was showing me over bringing to before I got the drone.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Yeah. So I mean, the nice thing on the Mini 5 is they don't have the screw-in props where they have real kind of quick change props like the bigger drones have, but they have this unique locking system on them. But what he's talking about there, you'll see it someday. They surge the lock, the prize full open. Yeah. So you know how sometimes you ever get your drone, you want to separate the props because they're together before you take off. Well, this kind of takes care of that for you. The surge it'll separate them, lock them in place. So it's kind of a neat system. Nobody really talks about it, but it's pretty cool.
Well, the drone itself is actually a little bigger than the Mini 4 Pro, correct? A little bigger?
I haven't stood them side by side. It seems to stand a little taller. I'm going to have to do them side by side.
Okay.
I'm saying military aircraft broadcast IFF, but did not broadcast ADSB. Yeah. But usually the aircraft are more noisier, so you know them. You come in. Look, Uncle Bill says, "I fear no wind with the Mini 2." Remember, Captain Ray, the very first South Florida drone meetup at Sebastian Beach. Remember how windy it was that morning?
I know.
When Uncle Bill got his Mini 2, everybody packed. They were sure he was going to lose that drone out there.
He was a brave soul, and he conquered the wind with that Mini 2.
He did. Yeah,
and he still has that Mini 2. He still flies that Mini 2. He did it last year at the windy meetup too. Yeah.
I mean, the way that thing performed at Sebastian, I'd never get rid of that drone, right?
I know.
I mean, DeMarco, that day at Sebastian, it was so windy you couldn't even keep your hat on your head.
Yeah.
Then again, Bill's a great pilot. He's not afraid of too many things when he's flying. Put it that way.
Ray, it seems like that Sebastian meetup was a long time ago now, doesn't it?
I know. I can't believe it. We're coming up to our 6th year now, and I tell you, we got. I think I told you. I have 110 people signed up that say they're coming. So, yeah.
Great. Hey,
but I don't have DeMarco's name on the list yet.
It's baseball time. Baseball, softball. You got to move the date, Ray. Yeah.
You got to move that into February or something when DeMarco's in his off season. Fart's saying it's a lot better in the wind, and I agree with him. I was surprised how well it did today in the gusty winds down at the shore. So Tom's saying, "Give me a break. There'll always be something to complain about." Oh, there will be, Tom. You're definitely right on that. Hey, Ray, let's tell these people. Can you believe how nice this weather's been the past week or so around here? It's been the best weather of the year. Keep that a secret because we don't want the tourists coming back. But I mean, it's like nobody around down at the shore. It gets about 75 every day. It's nice and warm during the middle of the day. The nights are kind of cool, but the sun's out. It couldn't be any better, Ray.
I know. Same thing here. We went out to the Hamptons this morning, and I had a little jacket on, a windbreaker, but within an hour, I had to take that off. And then by the afternoon, I was sweating in my long sleeve T-shirt. Really?
Yeah.
Enjoy while we can.
Shirt.
Oh yeah, you're right, DeMaroc. It's almost like it's like we got what do you call it, Ray? Indian summer around here.
Yes, Indian summer. Yeah.
Did they say that in Chicago, or is that a term we only say in the East Coast, DeMarco?
Maybe though. I'm not familiar familiar
Yeah,
with
it
it.
may
So
just
maybe.
be, it may just be an East Coast saying.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Summer.
look, RJ, look at RJ Redding, Captain Hiram's Resort. That's where I stayed, Ray.
Yeah, that's down in Sebastian. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I stayed there like like for that meetup, and then I transferred over to the Jupiter Reef Club.
Yes, you did. I know. I'd like Captain Hiram's. I've
Yeah,
had lunch there a couple of times. Yeah.
and that they have a great little like beach bar restaurant right on the intercoastal waterway there. That place is really nice and whatever. I mean, the
Yeah.
food's great in there. The setup's great. They have live bands and music and whatever. That place is happening at times there. We went in there. The seafood's great in there. The drinks are great. We met people from New Jersey one time we were there, right from the next town over. I love that little whatever that place is called.
Yeah, yeah. So RJ, I guess he lives up in that area. He flies there quite a bit, I guess.
Oh, really? Okay. DeMarco, you'd love Captain Hiram's. It's like I guess the restaurant's associated with it, but it's right across the street. And I say the street, it's not really a street. It's like across from, I don't know, a little like driveway or something like that. But, the hotel's nice. It's right on the inland waterway there. But then again, this little like kind of beach bar stuff is right on the water. I mean, got a little dock there. You can sit at a table that almost the waves coming in at you, whatever you're so close.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just the intercoastal waterway. So the waves are ripples rather than, real waves, but it's a happening place.
Yeah.
Fart says they got a lot of rain in the UK. Well, Ray, it's been like over a week. I can't remember last time it rained here.
No, I'll take every day. Every day you got to appreciate the nice weather. I spoke to Johnny this morning. I said, "Oh, you're gonna go flying today?" He said, "No, it's raining. It's raining."
Johnny got the bad weather for a change.
Yeah,
We got to update DeMarco. Dre saying pick 6 for the Jaguars, 98-yard return. Ooh, that's not good.
Hey, who got it? Who got the big 6? Was it Hunter?
There you go.
Well, yeah, maybe he could do it. When did the Jags get so good? They're 3-1. What did Hunter turn them around?
No. He's on my fantasy team, and he's been doing nothing all year.
He's been sticking up. Yeah. Uncle Bill says, "Oh, people from New Jersey, what a treat." And Uncle Bill, tell him you lived in New Jersey for a long time. He told me his secret. He lived in some place in Jersey for quite a few years.
Yeah. Jersey.
Yeah, I think the joke is people what a treat. You go to Florida, half the people you meet are either from New Jersey or New York.
Yeah, I know.
At the place Susan and I stay at, the what do you call the bathe place we stay at? Like if you go down to the pool there, you get talking to people again. Almost every other person you meet is either from New Jersey or New York, one or the other.
Yeah. Jupiter has a lot of New Yorkers and Jersey people. Yeah.
Drace is one of the linebackers got a hold of it. Oh, here Uncle Bill said he was born in Jersey City.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that anywhere near where Bruce Springsteen was born?
Is that where Bruce?
I
don't know.
I forget the town Springsteen was born in.
Yeah.
We need to get Bruce on the show sometime. Maybe Bruce flies drones.
We got a drone superstar in the chat. Chris Hope is in the chat.
Hello, Chris Hope. How are you doing tonight, Chris? It was a great victory by the Dallas. It was a great victory by the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. They took it to those New York Jets. Of course, I hate to say it, Ray. The Jets don't have a very good squad this year.
No, I don't follow them. I really don't. No. When Joe Namath left, that was it.
We're going way back, Broadway Joe.
Yeah.
Mr. JRC.
DeMarco wasn't born yet.
I got a story for you, Ray. When I was a kid, my father used to have season tickets to the Baltimore Colts. Remember the old Colts where they moved? And I was only like 12 years old or something. So we went down for a game between the Colts and the Jets in Old Memorial Stadium. And that day, and Johnny Unitas was the quarterback for the Colts. Joe Namath was the quarterback for the Jets. That day, they set the record for most combined passing yards in an NFL game, and it's stuck for a while. It's been obliterated since, but it's stuck for a long while. That's probably the greatest live game I ever saw. Johnny Unitas and Joe Namath in a shootout or whatever, on that field that day in Baltimore. I never saw anything like that again.
Yeah, Johnny Unitas. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
That's even going back more than Joe. Yeah. Uncle Bill said he lived in Jersey from ages 4 to 18. Well, that's a long time, Bill.
Yeah, I guess he's from New Jersey then. He's got to say he's from New Jersey.
And Chris hopes it's a fun game to watch. Yeah, and well, it was, Chris. They got too far out of hand. And you heard about the Eagles. They lost. They were undefeated, and they got upset by the Broncos yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, just a little quick survey here. And who in the chat has that Mini 5 Pro? Raise your hand if you have, or say raise your hand in the chat if you have the Mini 5 Pro. It seems like a lot of people have it, but of course it's still hard to get. You got to order from eBay, and you don't know who to order from. You don't know who to trust on eBay, and you don't know what's going to come. And you do have. Ray, I didn't have to pay a tariff, I didn't have to pay a $40 tariff, but I got free shipping. So some people pay, say, $100 shipping. You don't have to pay a tariff. So you pay one way, whether you pay shipping or if you get free shipping, then you got to pay the tariff.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I know Johnny said something about he had to pay it and then he got a credit.
Yeah, I'm not a big star like Johnny. I didn't get a credit. They still have my $40.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, And now with the Mavic 4 Pro, I didn't pay any tariff, so that just kind of started up.
It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
None of it makes any sense, Ray. Nobody can figure that stuff out. Here, DroneNation paid 0 tariff.
Yeah.
Well, they knew it was DroneNation, so they didn't,
Yeah.
Oh, look, Danny Kennedy, he rose his hand. He's got the Mini 5 Pro. Danny's new to the show, Ray.
I know. I see that. How you doing, Danny?
He reached out and he wanted to know how to get in the chat and leave comments or whatever. So I forget where Danny said he's located. He told me, but Ray, would you get an invitation for Danny to come to the South Florida Drone Meetup this year?
Yeah, Danny, feel free. Yeah, feel free. April 10th to the 13th. We'd love to have you. And it's free. We'll come.
And Ray, we'll send them out free tickets, won't we?
So, but yeah, I guarantee you'll have a great time, Danny.
I don't think he's new to the drones. He's just new to the show. Bill has 2 extended batteries
from the Atlanta area. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not far, right? He could drive there, right?
Yeah, that's an easy drive. Yeah.
DroneNation ordered the DeWalt tool, and they put a drone in the box instead.
Alvin Howlinson, how you doing?
Hello, Alvin. I still have an Air One flame red, brand new, never flown. There you go, DeMarco.
Yep.
Orange says, I'm done buying DJI. I get the Avata 3 no matter what, with the new goggles probably. Do you think they'll be in Avata 3 this year, DeMarco?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I haven't seen any FCC approvals. The way it looks, guys, is we only have one more drone that's going to get the FCC approval, and that's that little Neo 2 drone. So, and after that,
when do you think that's going to come out?
The rumors are November, Ray.
Okay, November, right before Christmas.
They say 3 things are coming, Ray. They said the Neo 2. The newest hand gimbal, like the Osmo 8, 7, whatever they're up to now, the newest gimbal. And there's one more thing coming. I forget what that was. It's not the Pocket 4. That's not coming until next year. It's one of the things. It's a Neo 2, the gimbal, and one of the device they have rumored for November. Forget what it was. Oh, and Danny says he's got the Mavic 4 Pro too. So Danny's got some good drones, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Mavic 4 Pro. I tell you, I was watching Jeff Norman fly that this morning, and I was very impressed with it. You know, and I saw Lon Denard fly it at the Northeast Drone Meetup, and you know, it seems like it's an awesome drone, really.
He also has the Air 3S. Well, Ray, next time we meet up, I'll let you fly the Mavic 4 Pro, but you better not fly it, or you may be ordering the next day.
Yeah, it's that good, huh? You get addicted?
Oh, I mean, that thing, you know, you don't have to worry about wind or anything. And the zoom cameras on that thing, you know, I thought they were good on the Mavic, but the zooms are that much clearer on this thing. I mean, they're almost like crystal clear, those big zoom lenses.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
DroneNation ordered the Osmo Nano. Now, who was telling me? Gorilla Man's got the Nano, and he's having a bunch of overheating issues with it. And DJI has been very helpful to him.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
If anybody knows now, is that real tiny camera that they released last month. Bill Gray says his Mavic 5 was valued at $200 in the bill of lading. Mavic
5 Pro?
That's probably why he didn't have to pay a tariff, because it was they pulled a quick one on the customs guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Mavic 5 Pro. Okay.
And Danny flies all his drones with that new RC Pro 2 controller. Did you get a look at that new controller, Ray?
Yeah, I was looking at that too. That was pretty impressive.
That's a heck of a controller.
It reminds me of the Phantom 4 controller.
Yeah.
That had a raised screen. Yeah.
It does. It does. Gary saying smack that like button or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Hey Gary, well, I hate to ask you online, but love to get you to the show sometime to talk about the Spanish drone meetup or whatever, if you would consider it. I'll hook up with you offline. Danny said he sold every drone except the Mavic 3 Pro to get these new drones.
Nice.
And DroneNation is recording 4-bit, 4K 10-bit, makes the Nano overheat. Okay. Yeah. And Danny also likes that new RC Pro controller. Yeah, it's the best DJI consumer controller ever. And Gary says the Spain was awesome.
That's good, Gary. Yeah.
Would you go again, Gary? And,
I would imagine they're going to have another one next September, I would think. Are they, Gary? Did they mention that?
I think they said so. And Ken Fix Stuff says, "Hey Ray, how are you, bud?"
Good. Yeah, how you doing?
You need to go next year, Ron and Ray. Spain.
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah, I know.
DeMarco, I'll go. I'll be your roommate. I'll go if you're my roommate.
And that's the one trip Sheila would go on.
Yeah.
I know. She's actually been there though. She went to school there for a couple of months. So
okay.
Yeah.
Uncle Bill's good for a while. He's got the Air 3S B2 and the DJI FPV drone, so he's good.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
So let's see. Danny says he's also got the Avata 2 News. Danny's got a lot of drones. He's got everything. Can Fix Stuff says, "How is everyone tonight?" I think we're all doing pretty good tonight here. On the first Monday of October, guys. Hard to believe it's October already.
I know. October. I'm amazed, really.
Gary says maybe it was expensive. I have to get a job. Yeah, that's why I didn't go to Spain. I can't afford it with this economy we're in now. Ken Fix Stuff, awesome, Ray.
Yeah.
Too, so much fun to fly.
Hard for me to read the comments because my left eye is a little blurry still. Okay. So.
What happened, Ray, with your eye?
That was the Mohs surgery. Yeah.
When was that, Ray?
I had it last Monday. Yeah.
Okay.
And I get the stitches out Friday.
It went pretty well.
Yeah, I got it all. You know, 2 cuts. You know how they do it. They take a layer and then it's examined. Up, I got to do another one. But yeah, so
Cool.
But I'm not as pretty as I used to be.
Well, we'll get you some plastic surgery. You'll look like a Hollywood movie star, Ray.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're coming up to 10:25 mark here. I think we're going to let it go here. I think we covered all the topics. What do Ray or DeMarco? Is there any kind of drone topics or anything you guys want to discuss that we didn't get around to tonight?
Well, I really wanted to hear about Marcus's trip, but
next week.
Wait around a whole another week. Yep.
And maybe we'll maybe Gary will come on and help.
Gary,
help about the Spanish adventure. So, yeah. Ray, before I let you go, do you have a show this Thursday?
Yeah. I got a show Thursday night, 7 p.m. You know, I'm still trying to confirm my 2 guests. I have 2 guests scheduled, but they haven't confirmed yet. So
probably very big names, big guys, busy men.
One of them is Rush from 51 Drones. So
really, okay, that's a big name. Yeah, it's a big name.
And another gentleman, Matt Lombard. So
you and Johnny,
hopefully they're going to come through, and we'll have a great show.
Do you and Johnny have a show this week?
Yes, we do. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And it should be good. You know, we're going to show you view of videos again, and you know, my memory isn't as good as it used to be.
So you rely on your notes.
You know, it's one of those things where I just can't remember like I did when I was younger.
Oh yeah, well, I think we all have that.
Yeah.
So, well, folks, I want to thank everybody for doing this. I want to thank Danny Kennedy, our new guy in the chat tonight. Thanks for doing this. Sounds like you have a lot of great drones, and we'd love to see you at the Jensen Beach Causeway on April. What's the date, Ray?
Well, the main day of flying is April 11th, but we got the meet the night before on the 10th, and then we got a second day of flying on the 12th, and then we finish it up with a morning fishing trip on Monday the 13th.
Okay.
Look at this. Danny says, keep me posted on the meetups. Come out and meet everyone. Yep, that's the plan, right, Ray?
Yep.
And
we'll have time.
Ray,
you might even win a drone. You never know. You might win a drone.
At the least, you'll get a lanyard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Free lanyard with your name on it. So, look, he's going to plan on it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm adding you to the list.
What's the name of the
list, Danny?
What's the name of the Facebook group with all the information, Ray?
The 6th annual South Florida Drone Meetup.
Okay, not the other one that got hijacked.
Yeah, no, that one's still up, but it's not really that active.
Oh, look, here's another meetup. Tom and Bob were on the show a couple weeks back, giving us the latest details on the Vegas meetup. It's the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And I believe you only have a few days left to get the reduced rate. The rate goes up pretty soon, so if you think about going, get it now and get that special rate for the Vegas drone meetup, 7th, 8th, and 9th, which is kind of covers Veterans Day weekend type of thing there. So, and RJ Redding is looking forward to the South Florida drone meetup, Ray.
I know. Okay, RJ. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad.
And look at Bill says, anybody who wants to go on a fishing trip on a Lady Stewart, hit me or Ray up.
Yes. I think we got 5 people signed up for it right now. But yeah, we'd like to get at least 10 or 15 anyway.
Cool. All right. So I started to say goodbye before I'm going to say goodnight too. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat. Thanks for all your comments, your suggestions, all the stuff you do for the community. You support all the shows out there. Our show, Ray's show, Johnny Ray's show, Bill the Drone Reviewer, Bill Drone Therapy, all the other shows too. The ones I can't even say right here. And the new Drone Rogue show that's on.
There's so many of them. There's so many of them now.
Yeah. There's the guide. If you want one of those guys, just send Johnny $1.99 and he'll send you one right out. So, and I guess Johnny never made it back from that swim party, DeMarco.
Yeah.
So, but all right. Good night, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday night.
Have a good night, everybody. Fly safely.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.